it's Natalie at Custom Crafts, and I have another holiday inspired project for you today. Karen, one of our design team that has since left, and she's got a new addition to her family, made this project. So she's on maternity leave, and we hope that she comes back, but she made this project, and what she did with this little 7 Gypsies book is that she embossed the front and put these really cool spools on the side, and on the inside she made these journaling blocks to go inside the envelope, and she said that you could put your family picture, your holiday family picture on the front, and you could journal about what was happening that year and that sort of thing. And I really love her idea, but I, of course, am going to make it my own today. I'm going to show you some of the techniques that she did and do mine in a similar fashion. But my idea, which you can certainly do this with every project we have, take it and make it your own, is that I would like to use my little guide for a shopping guide. So I'm going to write each person's name on the envelope here and then put maybe coupons or a list of the things that they said that they wanted for Christmas. And then each year I can, take the stuff out of the envelope for that year and start all over for the next year. So my mom is a big coupon keeper, and she does a lot of magazine gathering, and she always keeps lists for us, so that is kind of the inspiration for this project. So you will be needing some of our cool Eskimo Kisses paper by Basic Gray. It's double-sided paper. It's absolutely fabulous. We used the 7 Gypsies. This is just a little journal that we have used before. Miranda made her Thrifty Girl book from this journal, so very popular. You're going to need one of those for the base of your project. You could certainly use some Zutter products or a different journal, but this is the one that we used for this particular project. And then we also have a varying selection of embossing folders that we use today. This is a Quick Cuts embossing folder. It's an A2 embossing folder. It's the journaling block. We've also used the snow dots. And then I'm going to try one of our newer ones, which is called Season's Greetings. Our first step will be to do some embossing. And I've just removed the binding that was in my booklet. It's right here. I just pried open these little tongs or tines, or I don't know, they're like metal binding. I just pried those open and pulled this off. And as you can see here, this little twine piece came wrapped around my journal, and I'm going to keep that because Karen used it to tie on the spools at the end. And she actually said that this was the most challenging part of the project. So we'll see if we can get it right. I don't know that I can, but we'll try. So let's start with our embossing. We're going to set this aside for right now, and we're going to do the embossing that is on these spools. So I've cut some pieces of our 10-second Studio Metal, and this is the Apple Teeny color. She used red and green. I'm just going to go with my green today. The red is Barn Red. That's what color that is if you're looking for it on our website. So let's get our Cuttlebug out and do some embossing and actually debossing. For the metal that's on the spools, we're going to be using the 10-second Studio. I'm going to be using Apple Teeny metal. I'm not going to be using the red, but this is called Barn Red. I'm just going to be using the green today to cover the spools. And we are actually going to be doing a debossing technique with our metal. So when you look at the Cuttlebug folder, it's got the writing on the front, and you open it up and you know that that is the emboss. You're going to get a raised texture to you. Now if you want a debossed, I'm going to turn my right side, which is the green side, down so that my silver side is up. And then I will be getting a debossed on the other side, and then that will allow me to push that craft paint into those depressions. Okay, so then I just am going to feed my sandwich through the Cuttlebug. Got my 2 B plates. And And when I take it out, my snowflakes are depressed, they're debossed, and that allows me to push that craft paint into my snowflakes. So that's what I'm going to do next. Okay, and I'm just going to, you can brush this on, and it's just regular white acrylic craft paint. And I'm just going to spread it so that it gets into the crevices. And then you want to wipe it off quickly because the coloring on the metal is not, it doesn't hold up real well to rubbing or any kind of stuff being put on it. So you want to try to get that paint off pretty quickly. Okay, so we're just going to put this aside and let that dry. And actually, Karen did quite a bit more. She left the paint in there, but did quite a bit more of wiping off, so you could remove as much or as little as you want. Okay, but we're not quite done with the Cuttlebug yet. Let's get that back out, and I'm going to be using, now, like I said, Karen used this Cuttlebug folder, which is the Joy and Cheer folder. I am going to be using the Season's Greetings. And I'm going to be using it with some of our brand new coordinations paper. Okay. So I'm going to put it in this way. And do you know that your Cuttlebug folders can also go this way? Not only can they go this way, but also this way. So that's how I'm going to put this in the machine, because once I run it through that way, I'm going to reposition it so I get some more words over here. And then I'm going to move my folder down so that I'm getting almost a complete, actually if I did it that way, it would be a complete covering. So I have a completely covered embossed piece of paper. It says lots of cool things like Merry Christmas, Happy Holidays. Now it might be a little bit hard to see, but since I'm using it with my coordinations paper, and this is just the regular coordinations, the one that's on Karen's original project is called Chocolate Box. So depending on what you're using